Hello and welcome to Cargo Masterminds presented by Cargo.one.
I am a big fan.
We wanted to be a part of it. So it's an incredible opportunity.
It was exactly what we needed.
It's really exciting.
When we found out, we were just blown away.
I would say it's perfect for every freight forwarder to use this.
It gives us advantage.
I would encourage my colleagues to go to Cargo.one.
It is really a must to have.
I believe this system should be used by every forwarder. Everybody can be a digital forwarder by using Cargo.one. It's just been fantastic.
Cargo Masterminds is our exclusive one-to-one weekly interview series with leaders from the world's leading air cargo and logistic companies. My name is Reji John. After several months in development, MSC Mediterranean Shipping Company, a global leader in transportation and logistics, announced the launch of MSC Air Cargo in September 2022 as a complementary service to its container shipping solutions. While launching MSC Air Cargo, MSC CEO Soren Toft said, "This is our first step into this market, and we plan to continue exploring various avenues to develop air cargo in a way that complements our core business of container shipping." MSC Air Cargo has 4 brand new Boeing 777 freighters in its livery, and they are operated by Atlas Air. In December 2022, MSC Air Cargo launched commercial operations from Liege in Belgium. Leading the creation and development of MSC Air Cargo is an industry professional with close to 3 decades of experience in air freight and global supply chains. Before joining MSC Air Cargo, he has been with global organizations like Delta Cargo, Emirates Sky Cargo, and DHL. I am pleased to welcome Jannie Davel, Senior Vice President Air Cargo, MSC Mediterranean Shipping Company, to today's episode of Cargo Masterminds presented by Cargo.one. Jannie joins us from Geneva. Jannie, welcome to Cargo Masterminds. Such a delight to have you with us for this conversation.
Thank you, Reggie. Really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Jannie, in September 2022, as I said in the introduction, MSC announced the launch of MSC Air Cargo, and you were appointed to head the development of air cargo solutions for MSC. And you had the inaugural revenue flight on 3rd December 2022 from your gateway in Liege in Belgium, operating your first B777 by Atlas Air under a long-term charter agreement. Bring us up to speed on the progress MSC Air Cargo has made in just over 1 year.
No, very exciting journey. There's no doubt it's quite a ramp up to take 4 aircrafts in a span of, I would say, 14 months. Very proud to say that the 4th aircraft is now fully in operation as of this week. But for sure, a lot of learnings of starting on the 3rd of December. In fact, it was our first farmer flight on that rotation. Since that, we have also now established our commercial model. We've also implemented the IBS Air Cargo Phase 1 as well. And then therefore, we started to build out our operation capability to support the oversight of our flights at the operation stations we operating today. So very exciting journey, very rapid growth and in terms of what we needed to achieve. The advantage is that we were able to create from an evergreen process platform how we want to do it. So we had not really constraints from legacy systems. However, the responsibility falls in great on making sure you build something for the future and not something from a habit, But very exciting journey, very happy that we've achieved it. And we're looking forward for 2024.
You took delivery of your 4th freighter a few days back, and it's already flying, and this completes the 4 freighter operations agreement with Atlas Air. Tell us the details of the operations of your current fleet of 4 B777 freighters.
Correct. So we have a number of core customers supporting out of Asia, which is a mix between e-commerce, what we'll say the heavy air cargo co-loading business and freight forwarding business, which we run on the Trans-Pacific, either into United States, Mexico, and thereon we will then build a return capability between the transatlantic and then from Europe back to Asia. So we have a very core trade at the moment with support of customers that runs on the back end of the Trans-Pacific, and then we build up our product portfolio within the transatlantic and then from Europe back to Asia.
I believe there have been delays in freighter deliveries, and you had planned your schedule, winter schedule, particularly keeping in mind the original freighter delivery timelines. How did you manage your customer expectations as a result of such delays?
Yeah, we took a bit of a hybrid approach from building some of the forward commercial or sold business into the existing rotations we had. And in some segments, we then subchartered some aircraft to bridge the gap between Boeing's delivery and then for us to get the full commercial operation. It's always a bit of a gamble and then rightfully, there's a lot of moving parts. So, for a period of 2-3 weeks, we did then substitute the bridge from the sold business versus the full operation.
MSC has completed the acquisition of Milan-based Italian all-cargo carrier Alice Cargo Airlines. What is MSC Air Cargo's plan? Do you plan to base one or more of your B777s at Milan, making MSC Air Cargo the first wide-body freighter operator of Italy?
So Milan will become for us our second gateway in Europe to Liege, as Alice Cargo AOC will give us then our European AOC, which gives us more flexibility and flying rights and accessible. We've actually purchased a fifth aircraft that will be placed within Alice Cargo as our own operated aircraft starting in Q1 this year.
Okay, let me understand this. So you are going to get one more aircraft, and is that going to be a B777 production freighter?
Correct, sir. So we bought another 777-200 freighter, brand new, that will be allocated on our European AOC, operated by ourselves under the Alice Cargo AOC.
And when do you expect to get that delivery of that B777?
We aim to be, I would say, give and take with all the approvals and stuff. We are looking by the end of Q1.
And do you expect more orders?
As we all look at the crystal ball and live it is and the challenges, there's really good indications of market is starting to return. Yields are starting to recover. There is the normal supply disruptions, but the overall indicator from supply demand, the belly capacity, the Asia passenger demand returning. We are looking at when and how that optimal point is to see if we have to inject more cargo. We're not shy from it, but I would say like any other business, as and when that opportunity arises, we'll do a business assessment to see what it means.
Jannie, can you confirm whether with the acquisition of Alice Cargo, besides the operating license, are there any aircraft you acquired as part of the deal?
We did not take any equipment with that. We only bought the infrastructure and the AOC.
Besides the ECS group, which sells for you in Mexico and two other regions, North America and Europe, do you have or intend to have GSSAs in Asia and maybe in Africa?
Our strategy is very much around scale and coverage. I mean, that's what it is in terms of rolling out. So we are very selective in certain markets. Yes, we will need specialized local euros. Some other markets, you need more of a larger GSA job to cover. So in markets where we believe we will do direct, we're looking to roll out more of a direct MSC Air Cargo commercial coverage and model. So it's an evolving growth strategy to make sure we have scale and coverage in the markets as we grow. And of course, we always want flexibility. I mean, that's the biggest topic. If you go to certain new markets or you pull out of markets, how do you manage that workforce and coverage? So it's a bit of a hybrid, if that's the word to say. But we evolve to evaluate as we grow.
I have seen your winter schedule, and you have an impressive list of key airports connecting into a gateway in Liege. You have 5 cities in Asia, 6 in the Americas, and 3 in Europe. Has the winter schedule been designed keeping in mind that you have your fleet of all 4 B777 fully operational?
Correct. So our overall intent is to look at the market, where it grows, what the trends are, where the customers are. And as we were starting to add more capacity, is how does your capacity evolve into the trading lanes that the customers are asking for? So it's very much a combination of where we are today, but also where we need to grow and then adjust the schedule. We will still do some optimization and adjustments in our schedule, but we have a very core set of customer base now on those trade lanes. But as any outlook, you need to try and understand where do you go next. As the world is changing, you know, every week there's a new topic that one has to consider.
Jannie, when MSC announced the launch of its Air Cargo business, it was said that the Air Cargo solution was in response to customer demand and as a complementary service to its container shipping solutions. Has that vision remained intact and will that continue to be the foundation for MSC Air Cargo?
Yeah, we are very much focused on customer demand. You know, our core customer base is the third-party logistics operators, the freight forwarders. We don't do any direct business with any shippers. If there's a direct shipper model, it's more what you would say a tripartite arrangement. But we are 99% focused on the third-party logistic provider, the forwarders, and we build our model, our network, and the schedule is very much based on the demand they indicate to us, and then we look at how best we can operate. So within the ecosystem of the MSC group, you know, we want to be resilient to trade. So, you know, if there's a disruption in supply chain, then, you know, air is always an option that will come into play. So we are in that position to offer our customers another mode of transport within our group.
But are you primarily and predominantly serving the air cargo demand of the existing MSC container shipping customers? Or are there other customers, forwarders and shippers, of course, which you said shippers you don't directly deal with, that you service outside the MSC list of customers?
So we share the same list of freight forwarding customers, and we service the global air freight forwarding, third-party logistics. Right. So as MSC has, you know, a book of business, I would say, we are predominantly shipping and using with the global freight forwarders that's out there. We only work with the third-party logistic providers.
Jannie, what is the long-term vision of MSC Air Cargo? Do you intend to increase the size of your fleet? Is there a plan to add additional freighters if the market conditions improve? If yes, would you consider converted freighters instead of production freighters?
It's like any business model. As you go, you need to optimize and look at when the growth is an opportunity. So we will not be shy not to look at it. And then if the opportunity comes, yes, we will look at converted freighters. Predominantly, we will continue to stick with the 777s, especially from a sustainability perspective. You know, it is the more advanced aircraft. So, you know, we don't want to contradict to say we have 777s and you have a 30-year-old 747 BCF, which kind of contradicts a bit to where we want to go. So, you know, like any business case, we have to weigh up the pros and cons at that time. As market predicts, there will be a higher demand than supply. The passenger rebound will have a different effect to way leisure and what they call family and friends travel versus the business travel is. So it has some drivers in that will indicate just which markets require more main deck capacity versus just the overall belly capacity to return.
You know, the pandemic saw the rise of container shipping companies entering into developing cargo airlines. Maersk and Evergreen were already operating airlines, but CMA, CGM and MSC joined the league, and there has been new value proposition by shipping lines on offering very integrated logistics solutions to shippers and forwarders. How do you distinguish and differentiate MSC Air Cargo from others? Why would a forwarder choose MSC Air Cargo over others?
You know, our model is very much what you call a fully freighter operation dedicated to the freight forwarding market. And we offer a unique product based on the pharma, aircraft aviation engines, fresh produce, and these kind of things. So our proposition to the market, I think one of the things we've learned from COVID is that you need partners that can give you options and capabilities, and we want to offer that to our customers. So by having a main deck capability to offer to our customers with those premium products to offer to the market, We continue to believe that is the strategy to go. We don't offer an integrated solution. Our business still really reliant and needs freight forwarding, third-party logistic providers. Nobody can do it all end to end. It's been proven over the years that a lot of companies has tried to do a one-stop shop, and it's not that easy. And you need flexibility, reliable partners, and people that can trust and give you a service as expected.
Jannie, what is your reading of the markets in Asia, Indian subcontinent, and Africa? You already fly to some key Asian airports already. What about India and key locations in Africa? Are they in MSC Air Cargo's radar?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we all follow, the GDP projections. We all follow trade lane, the BRIC countries, where India, Brazil, Mexico is very much prominent in it, for sure. I mean, if you look at the recent PMI index, Mexico and India was the only countries that had increased manufacturing. For us, India will be an important market similar to what Mexico and South America is. Africa, the challenge always has been with Africa. Their southbound demand is very high. Your northbound is challenging. So, if the proposition makes sense to go southbound and back, for sure we'll look at it. But we are currently concentrating on the transatlantic and the trans-Pacific, basic east-west-east, based on those manufacturing and higher demand in terms of certain product produce, fresh produce, e-commerce, and I would say the high-tech that's coming back now into the market.
MSC Group acquired Ballor Africa Logistics through its wholly owned subsidiary SAS Shipping Agencies services. Does this open up opportunities for MSC Air Cargo to key African markets?
We treat AGL very much as its normal freight forwarder. We don't have that much going on the southbound, to be honest with you, because we're running on the Trans-Pacific coming out of Asia. So if you look at the biggest trade for Africa, it's coming from Asia, a little bit now from India, and then from the US. So our current network really has not really been designed in or support, but we have a number of opportunities to explore with some interline partners should we want to go southbound. But we treat them as any other forwarder if they come. But our current focus is very much on the Trans-Pacific, partly South America, and then coming back to India at some stage.
Do you have any specific focus on any cargo commodities that MSC Air Cargo would like to develop and make that its biggest strength?
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the biggest things, and even in my involvement over the years, pharma continues to be one of the key ones, especially to be a nice quality provider. We've already started our CIV training from the entire commercial teams. We are now putting in our certification audit in the next couple of weeks. So we will for sure concentrate and continue to build out on our pharma strategy on serving those markets, between the US, and we're running quite a lot today. Continue to evolve around to understand how the e-commerce evolution will go. It's already quite a strong and significant player that people maybe understood or expected. And then, specialized cargo, aircraft engines are very much a key component. We move quite a lot of fresh produce out of South America. We do. So, we aim very much what I would say your traditional main deck cargo, freighter cargo that's needed, because it's still, for me, one of the more key ingredients for the global trade is to have main deck capacity. So, we will continue to grow on that. And we do also quite a bit of focus on what we call secure cargo between high fashion and high value. So we will continue to build out on that as well. So we have a number of, I would say, 5-6 core product lines that we are focusing on. As I said early on, we are very privileged or in a position to have the ability to start a process, a capability, a quality from scratch. So we don't end up with inherited infrastructure or legacies that we need to work around. That then advances us to build in some of those steps and capability and quality within your day-to-day process rather than a bolt-on. So that takes a lot of thought process and reflection to make sure we do it right. And that's what we aim to do, is to be a more effective, more productive, service-oriented provider to our customers.
Give us an update on your partnership with IBS Software on the implementation of its iCargo SaaS solution to transform your cargo operations and management. Has the implementation completed, and how has iCargo added value to the overall vision of MSC Air Cargo?
Yeah, no, I have to say it's a very exciting partnership. When we approach multiple vendors, and we really base our thought process as well what you had in COVID. You need to lean on partners that can bring you through to a certain period, and we made it very clear that we need to stress a lot on that support. IBS stepped forward and says, we'll do it for you guys. And we then basically did a phase 1 implementation in 6 weeks. So we are fully live when our second aircraft came into rotation, because if you think once you go from 1 to 2 aircrafts, managing capability, bookings, flight rotations, you need a system. And we successfully launched phase 1 June last year, 6 weeks after we started. And we're very happy to confirm that we will now go into our fully fledged phase 2, which includes then the next gen capability of IBS Air Cargo by Q1. So a very strong partnership, very, very integrated. They listened to us. They understood our challenge, and they helped us. And equally, we are giving them feedback how we would like to grow, and aim to be innovative. But we'll continue to grow on the technology side. We've challenged some of the existing market providers of, is that the way to go? How do we improve our messaging? How do we improve our communication with the customers? Digitalization is a big word, but it can be from a QR code. It could be from a WhatsApp. So we're really looking at those tactical steps that we can really improve to our customers. If it's from the booking receipt to a communication from geofencing. So iCargo and the journey has been very instrumental for us.
Jannie, global air cargo is under severe stress because of falling yields, micro and macro factors, and the robust return of long-haul wide-body passenger flights, substantial belly capacity. What is your reading of the current market trends? Do you see demand picking up on some of your key trade lanes supported by consumer sentiments?
I mean, wide-body versus belly is a challenge. The yields are very challenging for any operator. This is one of the biggest things. The key now is how flexible can you be in your scheduling you're offering to your market to optimize or to better position yourself. We do see a shift in the business, especially between, I would say, high-tech, e-commerce now quite a predominant player in the air cargo side. And then you still have your traditional specialized equipment that has to go in the main deck. As I mentioned early on, there's quite a shift on the belly capacity, especially as, predominantly it was in the last couple of years, very much business travel and then leisure. But now we see family and friends, leisure, and then business travel, and the Asia belly capacity still has to return. So you have to be very surgical and selective of where and how you want to go, and really make sure your strategy of entering a market is robust as best you can, because it's not easy competing against multiple flight segments that comes in from the belly. But overall, I still a strong believer and will always be that wide body capacity is needed for global trade. There's no doubt about it. The key is now just how do you surgically enter the market in certain key lanes and capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's actually the last question is about how important is dedicated main deck capacity to global trade. And you alluded to that, the importance. And how concerned are you about the current freighter economics? We do hear about news about a lot of the freighter operators not really doing well. So what is the sense that you collect from the market?
Yeah, it is challenging, especially, if you look at certain regions, how packaging is done. We do see a shift in trend of packaging coming out of Asia, which optimize what I would say traditionally a 747-400 will do out of Hong Kong, where you normally have a lot of volumetric things. And that volumetric starts to become a bit more denser, which I would say the 777s are more suitable for it. We do see a higher demand for 777s versus the 74s. Of course, it's 4 engines versus 2 engines. Like I said before, we continue to surgically work on those opportunities where we believe best the 777s are suited based on the profile, based on the commodity. And then that's why we offer a very focused premium product selection on our products to the customers, and also then best optimized between what Asia trades with the Americas and Europe in terms of e-commerce / high tech, and then the additional, what we will say, heavy air cargo. So it is a market to juggle and to understand, and there's many players, and there's many factors into this, but the overall sentiment still looks positive for the next couple of years, and we'll continue to build on it. But it's a surgical approach and flexibility. It's a bit of the mindset of COVID. You really have to depend and work on those ones that where you can find it. Unfortunately, the yields is not there. Not to say that we expect COVID yields, but I would say the overall market should need and refine back to a normality of decent air freight market yields.
Jannie, thank you so much. Great to have you join us in this episode of Cargo Masterminds.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate the opportunity, and looking forward to see you soon.
That was Jannie Davel, Senior Vice President, Air Cargo, MSC Mediterranean Shipping Company. I hope you enjoyed watching this interview. Rate us and review us. Please like, comment, share, and recommend this series to your friends. And more important, if you are not a subscriber of our YouTube channel, please do subscribe now and click the bell icon so that you do not miss any of our new videos. An audio podcast of this series is available on Spotify and on Amazon Music. I highly recommend you to check them out. Join me next Monday for another episode of Cargo Masterminds presented by Cargo.one. Until we meet again, have a great week ahead. Thank you.